Arr.
Hi.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today. Divine Dabblings with
The one-sided
the
one.
star,
Yes.
Mr. O, and me, Banshee. Hey, welcome to the show.
And star spelled backwards is
Rats. Not mice, rats.
rats. Hi, Victoria. We hope you don't get any rats or mice today.
Anyway, we're going to start off kind of quickly here because we do have a birthday reading to do. Carl's birthday, I think, is today or tomorrow.
Tomorrow, but we're doing it today.
We're doing it today for them. And that's Fiber's better half or other way around, whatever.
And here is our reading for the collective from the Affirmators, Love and Relationships.
Yes.
Because it is still Super Tarot
That
Love
is
Month.
correct, Mr. O. All right, and this is kind of a silly deck. We'll do this one. I should bring out that tarot deck some way. It's just very whimsical, the tarot deck. I like it. It's good for, I think it's a nice deck for kids to learn off of, too, that one. What's that? Something I don't want to see here. Well, I don't want to have my cards. You got to understand, Mr. O.
Understand.
All right. Mr. O will pick. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to spread them. They're a little bit, hard to spread. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's hard to grab just one. There you go. You got it. Whoa, I see.
I did.
He dug deep. Oh, it's got an alarm clock. It's called reliability. Don't we need that in relationships, huh? Of course, I'm going to have to read that card, Mr. O.
Oh, okay. And Libra has joined us. Hi, Libra.
Hi, Libra. Get you on the list in a minute. Okay, what we have here is I am reliable. When I say I'll do something, I take whatever that something is seriously. This applies to all commitments, even the ones that may have seemed small and insignificant to a less reliable me. From now on, flaking is just for dandruff commercials and cereal factories. Yes, don't be a flake in your relationship. Be reliable. Be somebody your partner can depend upon. And vice versa. Expect reliability from them. Don't take this, if it happens routinely, that they say they're going to do something and then they don't, right?
Exactly.
So it's awesome advice on this little card. I love this deck. That's what we have for the collective today. And with that, we can move right on to our birthday reading for Carl.
And happy birthday to Carl. I understand you're getting to go to the Ren Fair.
Congrats. Happy birthday, Carl. All right. So let's get this show on the road. You're going to use your deck. And
Yes.
do I get to shuffle?
And I'm going to use the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot.
Okay. I'll get Libra on the list meanwhile. Oh, Libra's there. You got her there. Okay.
Probably in Florida. I believe they're near Fort Lauderdale, so I'm not sure which one it might be. Maybe they'll show up and tell us.
Hey, maybe.
I think it's tomorrow.
But we did
or
tell
no, they're
them,
going today because tomorrow's his birthday, right? Yeah.
We did tell them they could watch this anytime. And Fiber was at the Material Matters this morning, so I don't know. They might be busy today.
All right, card one.
Oh, I didn't get to shuffle.
Okay. Well, you can still shuffle.
Thank you. I asked you, but you probably didn't hear me. All right.
Yes, thank you for happy birthday wishes to Carl. And I guess more or less Fiber said she will probably be at Convocation next year.
We're going to have to try to
our
get
hometown, big convention. It's now the country's biggest indoor metaphysical witchy convention.
But we had to miss it. And I really do like the hotel they're doing it at, the convention
Hi, Garima.
place there. It's really quite nice. Hi, Garima. We'll get you on the list in a minute. All right, Mr. Oh, I picked him up.
Oh, okay. So let's go then.
Let's go.
The gift Carl received last year that he can use to make the most of this year. And it's justice. First I said, oh, that's the page of something. And I said, no, they're holding the scales. It's Ma'at or some sort of similar avatar, justice. So perhaps last year, Carl, you may have learned that fairness does happen, or that certain judgments you were able to soundly make, and that these enhanced your life. This archetype of justice is pretty large in a way, and so it can involve concepts of karma and fair judgment, free play. And I believe this is saying last year you learned the value of perspective and balance, and that this has made a big, important decision on your life. Hi, Christine.
Well, Carl, I think here this is saying that last year, you're coming into this year from last year in a very good place, where everything seems to be balanced out, seems like you're being treated fairly or equitably in various areas of your life, and all is going, went fairly smoothly by year's end last year. And so this year, you're kind of got that little extra boost going for you moving into this year.
And of course, last year or sometime about then was when you became certified or became an electrician.
Was that last year? Okay.
Well, maybe it was longer ago, but maybe the sense, time has no meaning here, Fiber and Caro. It just doesn't for all of you guys. No meaning here. But, I just wanted to add a pithy comment saying well, now you're really grounded. With the
funny.
Justice card. Okay, so card 2 is the gift of the present moment. And it is the reversed Emperor.
Hi, Kara.
Hi, Kara. And the reversed Emperor, perhaps, Carl, for some reason I get the immediate feeling like you know who the boss really is in your situation. But, beyond that, maybe the gift of the present moment is that you do have to realize that sometimes what you're doing, whether it's avocationally or within other spheres of your life, you have to remember, to take stock of possible advice or other opinions or influences around you, and that you don't always get to succeed exactly on your own terms alone. You may have to use what's available to you, and sometimes that creates a situation that involves you with other people, I guess.
I'm
Hi, Angel.
Count here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. What was that card again?
The Emperor reverse.
Yes. Okay. So that's the gift of the present moment. Well, you came into this year in a good spot, but maybe now is time to really focus on, your leadership skills, working on making sure that, and also making sure that everything is in order in your world. We can't lead others if our lives are kind of spiraling out of control. Now, that being said, I'm not going that far with that card, but I would just say this, that maybe now, right time, things seem a little bit confusing. Things seem a little bit like you maybe need to get a handle on certain situations or circumstances that are cropping up. Maybe some of them are unexpected. So you just got to kind of get your act together there. That's pretty much it. And that's the gift of the present moment.
Hi, Nada. Yes, we can add you to our list, and welcome to the show.
Hi, Nada. We're doing a birthday reading first, so this one takes a little longer than our normal readings. But if you can't stay, I recommend leaving a question.
They have.
Oh, they did.
Yes.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And You can come back and look at it later if you can't stay. We'll always do them in the order of the list.
All right. So card 3 for Carl is the gift from their connections with others in this year 2025. And you're getting all these major arcana, and you've gotten the World, or it's actually the Fool in this deck. Well, it's actually both. Look at that, 0 and 22.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Well, no, wait a minute. Let me take a look at some there. Oh,
That's
yeah, you're right.
Omega.
It is a 0.
That means Omega or something, right? The other one would
22.
be Alpha, Omega.
Well, I'm going to kind of treat it as the World, but this is with people, right? This is the one about your connections with others.
Right.
Well, I think some connections, maybe you're going to either fall out of touch with or let go, and other doors are going to be opening for you there, Carl. You're going to be meeting a lot of new people. You might be welcoming into your tribe. This is a time of making, I think, putting, maybe some are going to be let go, and room is going to be made for more. Hey, there's always room for more.
There's always room for Jello too, but
you don't like Jello?
No, I don't like Jello, so there's no room for me with that. With the World in this position, I think a lot of it is what Banshee says. I think this could be saying, there are big changes that you are seeing happening, and it's mostly through your connections with others.
Yeah.
You may find there are things that will advance you in whatever it is, whether it's work or other situations. And then there may be other situations that have run their course, and you may be moving away from those. And I almost feel like, that's the idea here. They're looking forward, kind of like the Fool does, in a way. And there's the little dog from the Fool. So it really is kind of interesting how it blends that. But then there's this reverse image there of something that sort of is maybe floating away from you.
Well, and I'm kind of thinking even a little bit broader here, Carl, that maybe some social organizations that you belong to, it's possible maybe you're going to move away from some of those and begin or start a journey with some other ones. So it could be that as well. All right, so let's move on. Oh,
just a minute.
Okay.
Give me one brief little minute. Okay, so it is actually the Fool numbered number 22.
Well, I still think it's an ending and a beginning, so.
Yeah, I agree.
But maybe taking more risk is part of the equation, too.
And it explains why they numbered it 0 and 22.
Taking a chance on making new connections and establishing yourself in new organizations and stuff like that. So okay.
Sorry for that delay, but we're going to move on to card 4, which is the gift that will help Carl work on, achieve, or move forward in this year ahead. And it's another major arcana. What the heck? Gee, Carl, are you a magus in disguise? I don't know.
Magus.
Here's the Empress. And so this is the gift that will help you work on. It's the idea of your incredibly creativity. It's about your ability to really make things happen. Maybe you are not just a power source, but also a source of inspiration and aspiration.
Well, I think here, since that is the gift that will help you achieve your goals, it's about productivity. It's about work. It's about taking those ideas that you have and planting them, fertilizing them, growing them. The Empress is about bringing things to life, right? So I think here what you're doing is this year, you'll probably be bringing some of your goals to life by putting in the effort. And that's really good.
Awesome.
All right, card 5. The
Card
gift
5.
from my spirit guides and or ancestors. What do they want Carl to know or keep in mind in the next year?
All right, so it is the 9 of Wands reversed. It's our only major arcana so far.
All right, 9 of Wands reversed. That's really interesting to me because it kind of almost harkens back to what I said about the other card where, what is that?
The Emperor reversed, or
Yeah,
the first one?
where maybe there were some unforeseen circumstances that have kind of thrown a little bit of chaos at you. So I think that one here, the ancestors want you to be aware that you should try to be more prepared for things that come your way. We can't prepare for every sudden crisis or circumstances that occurs, but they would like to see you kind of, maybe protect yourself a little bit more here and prepare yourself for things that you may have a feeling might hit you. So that's what I'm feeling there.
Well, the nature of some of these major arcana cards suggests that there are some strong forces around you between last year and this year. And it's almost like maybe, you're doing work on other planes that is, bringing you values in different ways. And so that reminder from the ancestors is saying that maybe when we are working with, certain kinds of forces and energies, they may attract other energies or forces to us who are curious and or maybe not necessarily the best minded of intent. And so this is saying, it's like as your work proceeds in all these areas, you need to be safe.
Well, and also just, they might also be saying that maybe sometimes you kind of need to know when it's time to give up, when it's time to let something go. Don't fight for something that's, that is just not worth the effort or the time or the energy. Know when to let go. Okay.
And in a way that kind of takes us back to Ma'at and Justice in the first one, that sense of balance or understanding. So finally, card 6.
The gift this year ultimately gives to you. What lessons have you learned? What progress or growth have you achieved by year's end?
And it's the 7 of Pentacles reversed.
That's it.
I love it.
That's it. It fits so perfectly even in with your ancestors' message. Just that basically you need to either know when you need to just carry on, and get and work to achieve what you're working on, or when to let it go, that it's not going to bear fruit, and therefore, why should I keep watering it, right?
The discernment ability is very highlighted, but I think there is a nod towards saying this is the time, or that you will find this time to realize that these things can manifest, and you just need to, have a certain level of attentiveness, which is not necessarily represented when it's the other way around.
So this looks like a really powerful year for you with all these
Carl.
major arcana cards here. Mm-hmm. You're going to be meeting people. You're going to be maybe saying goodbye to some groups or people. You're going to be working hard on achieving your goals, and because you're putting in the effort and you're bringing, this is a year you can bring things to life. So I can't say, and you're learning. You're going to be learning this year where to put your energy. Where is the best use of putting your time and your energy, and what you need to let go?
It's learning mastery too, in a way, especially when I look at the Emperor there, maybe thinking that, and the other cards. And then it's, finding the confidence to be able to manifest.
So, I just want to remind everybody, we do these birthday readings. They're lengthy. And happy birthday, Carl. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
And we always do them at the start of our show so you can find them easily. You could come back to the date we do it on. But you have to let us know a little bit in advance of your birthday.
Right.
So we can schedule you in. Right?
All right.
Okay. That's what we got for Carl.
So, moving on then. Victoria, you were indeed number 1.
Yes.
You are, And is that going to be your deck?
Oh, so Victoria, do you have a question or not? She said something about just listening in.
How about what will the next 6 weeks or so look like for me? It's right near the beginning.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. We gotcha. The next 6 weeks, eh?
Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, how do the next 6 weeks look? Hi, baby.
Let's use this one right at the top here. Well, for what it's worth, I really mixed up all my decks today and shuffled them a lot. So I've got the same decks until the end of the month. Starting in March, I'm going to be incorporating in some women-centric decks because I haven't canceled Women's History Month. So we'll be doing some women's history, and I'll have some women or goddess-centered oracles. So look forward to that in the month of March.
And there is the Sun Man.
There is the Sun Man, all right. Hi, Sunny. Man, I've had every cat bothering me this morning. Everyone was on this table at one point or another.
I know, his hair's bothering me right now.
Well, Victoria, you got the Sun reversed to start things off, but that's not a bad start. Sun is not bad either way, in my opinion. And, hey... I'm waiting for you.
I don't know.
You got the Two of Cups reversed. Speaking of the Sun Man, you've got the Sun. You got the Two of Cups, and that's upright. Oh, wait, did I say reversed? It was upright. Okay, so you got it upright?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we have, okay, the Two of Wands is reversed.
The Sun was reversed, right?
Yes, that is correct.
And the Lenormands are the child of the novelty. And the star. Would you like to swing on a star?
Ah. Well, I think signs of hope, signs of light are slowly going to be developing in these next 6 weeks for you, Ms. Victoria. I think
you went right to the Lenormand.
I did.
Yes.
Well, only because, it really does kind of set the tone here. The Sun is saying, there's going to be some delays or little disappointments along the way. Nothing super major. You just got to roll with it. It's just going to say, I'm just going to say about that it's basically here to say you just got to keep the faith. You got to keep the faith that better days are coming. Because whenever the Sun's around, usually better days are coming. And look, you got the star. And not only that, the Two of Cups is here. Do you want me to go through it all?
Go
Just
ahead.
stop. Okay.
Do it how
the
you
Two
wish.
of Cups is here. And the Two of Cups indicates to me that you're going to either find a partnership or some place that you connect with that, it could be a job, it could be a relationship, somebody that you connect with that's going to be very harmonious and happy and good for you. And ultimately with the Two of...
And it's two twos.
I know it's 2 twos, but with the Two of Wands reversed, my only thing would be that I think that all of this is going to come about because you're going to make some switches. You're going to realize you have to make some switches or some changes in your strategy. And I think when you do that, you're going to see progress. You're going to see progress.
I like that because in a way it sort of does correlate a little bit with the idea of, maybe a little bit of a slower approach or a slower realization. So I like that. And of course, Horus reversed the Sun. Well, Horus was his father's avenger in a way. But the Sun anyway is always still pretty bright even when it's reversed. So I think it could just be saying the general gestalt is like it may happen to perk up more towards the end of that 6 weeks. I like the Two of Cups and the Two of Wands because I think the Two of Cups maybe suggests this, when it comes about, really makes you feel confident, feel like there's trust and harmony, like it's a relationship is going to work for you. And the Two of Wands is going along with the other cards that indicate, that, progress may happen more towards the end of that 6 week period. The star and the Sun, well, the Sun, our Sun is a star. So that's just, obvious that things are going to get better.
Right.
They
in a
will.
sense, you go from that to that. And I think that shows that things are going to start improving within these next 6 weeks. So it looks pretty good. Good luck with that. All right.
For you.
And we are on Jackie. I'm going to post the list. I didn't do it after Carl's reading.
All right. Health reading. Okay.
All right. You are
Let's see,
welcome.
what do I want to use for that?
Jackie, you are up. And what's Jackie's?
Health reading.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my Tarot of the Cat People.
And get that. Oh, sunny, sunny, sunny.
You're welcome sweetly, Victoria.
You little purr box. He's just purring away, purring away. Sonny, I already see your hair getting on my computer again. Can't allow that. No, you. Oh, you silly. Just a minute.
Okay, Jackie.
Just a minute. Let me move
And
these.
it's the upright Four of Wands.
That's nice.
Very nice. It's the reverse Seven of Cups,
Nice.
which is not bad at all. And then finally, it's death. And of course, we know it's not talking about physical stuff.
Wow, this is really
It's a
awesome.
nice reading,
I mean,
yeah.
but wait, we better make sure it's awesome.
Owls. And lilies.
Wow, I
Nice.
don't see any red flags here at all, amazingly enough.
Hi, Ari.
Hi, Ari, we'll get you on the list. It's a long list, so you're going to be near the end.
We're not close
So
yet.
leave your question if you can't stay.
All right, so the Four of Wands to me, is like a happy card in this context. It sort of feels like, you're able to enjoy your home. And of course, knowing that, you're looking at changing things there, it could be a good sign towards that. But sometimes home takes on a greater meaning as the place where we do feel mostly as healthy about ourselves, like we feel it is our fortress in a way. It sanctifies and fortifies us. So it seems to be a good prospects or good outcomes might be coming if you're expecting that.
Well, if this is a general health reading, I would just say with the Four of Wands, sounds to me as though your foundation is strong. So I think here, or it will get stronger. If you have had, issues that need to be taken care of, I think here what the Four of Wands is saying that through the support of, others around you or your healthcare team, you're going to get back to, where you need to be. This is a real positive card for that, I think. There's happiness, there's celebration attached to this. So whatever's troubling you, if there is things, it should improve dramatically. And why am I saying that? Because of what I'm seeing here. The Seven of Cups reversed. The Seven of Cups reversed is saying that, some of the choices that are being made either by yourself or by others, maybe also the people you have working on your condition or your health needs, this could indicate that good choices have been made.
Right, I was going to say that too. And hi, Marita, we'll get you on the list. The Seven of Cups may very well just indicate that in respects to health situations, there are a number of choices or modalities that you can take or look at or consider. So some of them could be as simple as eliminating certain things from your diet or enhancing certain things by diet. But it could involve other choices too. It might be saying, trying to keep, certain functions within a certain period of time, that kind of thing. I've heard about that in respect to dieting too. So that card really means you have the ability to make positive choices and that you will choose one. But I like the idea of thinking that if that choice, doesn't resound as well for you, those other choices may still be an option.
Before we go on, I forgot to say something at the beginning of the show that needs to be said now.
Oh, okay.
And Mr. O should remember this too, since he's always the cause of this.
Oh my God, it's a tragedy.
So we're going to start an hour earlier next week, Sunday. Next Sunday, our show will be from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. because he has someplace he has to be.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I really would like to announce it, but of course, more people have come in since the start of our show. So hopefully all of you have heard that.
Well, if you have notifications, the notifications should go out and catch you. But yes, just as a reminder, next week's show will be an hour earlier.
And even though we'll probably go into overtime today, there will be little to no overtime next week.
Nope,
Yeah.
my feet got to be flying.
His boots are made for walking. So I'm sorry. So the final card, Death. Well, Jackie, it's basically saying that some major changes are coming. And I think it's positive. It's growthful. It's what you need to do. So I think whatever choices are going to be made here to, work to your benefit are going to involve making some changes in your life. Whether it's lifestyle habits, whether it's other things, that you have to incorporate into your life, into your health plan in order to get, continue on this strong path.
Well, the owls are like the birds, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay,
birds.
so I think, to me, this card coincides with these in a way. I
A
feel
little
like
bit.
this change, big change, has to do with maybe how things change with your communication on these matters. So this could be about really finding more effective ways or growthful ways to address situations you need communication with.
Well, said a little differently, I think that the lilies are saying that you will achieve long-term success, longevity. You'll increase your chances to live a long and healthy life by following what they're telling you to do. So I think here by following the plan that's communicated to you. So I think that looks pretty good.
All right.
All the way around. Good luck with that. And Siama's up.
General reading for Siama.
All right. And let me get this one. Whoopsie.
Hope you're doing okay. Thank you, Jackie. We love you.
Take
Appreciate
care.
all you do too.
Aww. Glad you liked it. It's very positive.
Yeah, I think so. I like it.
Let's hope we can keep up the positivity here. General reading for Siama.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. We'll get you on the list.
You want me to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, could you?
Mm-hmm.
And if you could change that number underneath.
Will do.
Okay. All right.
You're welcome. Good to see ya.
All right. Oop. You came
Thank
to
you.
support.
Appreciate
Well,
that.
if you don't want a reading when it's your turn, just let us know. It's fine.
Yeah, you have until then to decide. We're not too bad. Things are getting better for me. I'm having a better day lately with the dizzy stuff. Still a little bit, but this is the week I expect to get some answers. Alrighty.
So the Queen of Wands is the first card we've got.
baby.
Upright.
Fine.
Deck.
All right. So the Queen of Wands is your first card, Siama.
Lay down. You.
Lay down.
Six of Cups reversed.
Lay down, you. Lay down.
And the Nine of Coins reversed. What's the first card? Oh, there it is. I'm sorry.
Queen of Wands.
I have a real delay here. I guess I should read.
And in Lenormand, I have the letter and the house.
Letter in the house. Okay. Well, I'll let you start if you want. If not,
Okay, so general reading. Queen of Wands, Siama, it says maybe you're feeling or will be feeling really confident about something. You may feel about projecting yourself out there. This might be in maybe a sensual way. Maybe you're going to see somebody that you feel like you really want to get to know better. If you're already in a relationship, it could just be saying you're feeling a tug towards that idea of expressing yourself maybe in a more desirous way. But certainly if it's not that, it could be said about your confidence and your level of feeling, your charisma, your charm can help you lead to making your way through accomplishments or processes you're going towards that.
Well, the Queen of Wands is about, I think this is, I think as a general reading, you need to just kind of be seen more, okay? Try to put yourself out there in whatever it is, Siama, that you're trying to do or accomplish. For example, if you're looking for a partner, you have to put yourself out there, to be seen by prospective suitors. If you're looking for a job or, somebody to hire you or to admit you into a program, you have to make sure they see your talents, your abilities. You have to stand out among the others so that you can be accepted, so that you can get what you want. So I think this card is about being seen and being recognized for, what you have to offer. I think, if you get yourself out there, it would indicate to me that people are going to be attracted to what they see. So this might be an ideal time for you to try to get something, that you had desired, whether it is a new relationship or whether it is a new job or career, or to be accepted at a certain school or educational program, etc. Okay, next card is...
The Six of Cups?
That's right, the Six of Cups was...
reversed.
I thought... Yeah, that was reversed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought it was upright. Six of Cups reversed indicates to me that, okay, you can't live in the past. You can't expect you can't expect the things that you did before, for example, that didn't work out before, to work for you now. So abandon methods and things you used to do in the past to try to get what you wanted and set a new course for yourself.
I'm feeling a glimmer between the two cards, the Six of Cups and the Nine of Coins, and it may actually possibly extend how I feel about the Lenormand, but I'll start with the cards. And I wonder if there is some issue of comfort pertaining to where you live now, and that maybe this has a bearing on you doing a comparison, like maybe things have changed and you feel that in the past you might have liked your level of comfort better, and now you're wondering if you need to re-navigate or renegotiate that, and that maybe that's where the charm comes in, is you might be trying to find ways to upgrade in a certain respect. And so I'm wondering if you're looking at things like making changes or just having a different attitude about your home life. It could be about, where you live at, but it might also just be about how you relate to your home. Do you really like your home? Do you feel like maybe it's not what you remembered, what it used to be? And another reason I'm saying it is, of course, is because the house has shown up in the Lenormand. The Nine of Coins has a sort of property feel or relationship to one's home or surroundings. So I'm wondering if you're thinking about maybe trying to change something in your home life.
It is interesting because there is a lot of emphasis on home here in a way, or, your comfort levels. Let's put it that way. But when I looked at that, with what I was saying, when I looked at that Nine of Coins, I thought to myself here, something I've said in a previous reading, and I'm not even sure if it was about this card, that I think here that what you will find is that if you go out there, you be seeing, you put yourself in the right situations and scenarios, and you let go of things in the past that haven't worked for you, you may find that you may not get everything that you wanted, but you will get what you need. Something will come to you and it may want you to, maybe try harder to achieve something better. Let's say you've had some dates with some interesting people. This is just an example. Or you got to meet some interesting people. But maybe none of them seem like they're perfect for you, and so you're just going to keep trying because now it just looks like things are opening up for you. So sometimes, wanting more is a good thing because it shows that we don't always settle, that we try to really go for what we really need and want in life. And I feel here that there might be some invitations, some news coming to you, or maybe, like I said, if you're applying for jobs, you might get a call back to come in for interviews. It's going to affect your security and comfort in a positive way. So I think here, just as these things come in, accept the ones you are comfortable with, the ones that you feel are right for you, that are a good fit for you, whether it's a person, like in a relationship, or whether it's a job.
Very nice. I like what you said there.
Thank you. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
All right, Siama.
Moving on to Raymond. Hi, Raymond.
And Raymond asked about whether they were going to be seeing somebody, I believe, or would run into them. Fabi, let's see if I can see that one.
I will say, Ari has an interesting question. We'll give it a shot, Ari. There's no guarantees.
Absolutely.
We can make it work, but we will try. Will I get communication from Fabi this week? Okay.
All right.
Let's see what we get there. Oh, Holly came in. When did Holly come in? Oh, she's on the list. That's right. You got her on the list. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. For
You're welcome, Siama. So we're going to use the Secret Tarot.
I don't think I had all. Okay.
And if the reading is vague, we'll do a quick yes or no to see if we can determine more specifically.
Yeah, agreed. You're welcome, Siama.
So our first card is the reverse Seven of Pentacles. Then we have the upright Knight of Wands. And then finally the reversed Emperor. And I'm going to look at Fabi's question again, or
Raymond's.
their question again, Raymond. Okay, and then the next card is the Whip. And then the Moon.
Well, I will say this. There could be a communication this week, according to what I'm seeing. I think the that's the Knight of Wands, though. But that is about sometimes messages being received. Sure. And so I am sort of leaning that way because of that and the Seven of Pentacles. That maybe they will decide, they will make the decision to get back in touch. It's one or the other, though, which is why we may want to do a yes-no. And it's also because of that Emperor card. I feel here that sometimes the Seven of Coins can be about getting back to work on something. So in other words, maybe opening a line of communication with you again or contacting you. Or it could be about not doing that, choosing not to do that.
Yes, this is the feel I get from this too. It sort of feels to me like maybe there are obstacles that are more likely from Fabi's end.
Do you think it has to do with these two together?
I do.
Okay.
I sort of feel like maybe they want to somehow collaborate or have a message with you, but there's something obstructing them. I'm not sure if it's what's implied with these cards. I'm not sure. But I think that they want to, so it may be more likely if you can somehow advance this yourself. Maybe that's you being the Knight of Wands trying to push forward there. Maybe there's a reason why they can't quite communicate some sense of access or something else is going on.
There is something funny with that Emperor there. It's almost as if they don't feel like they're in a good position to call you right now. I don't know if somebody else could be blocking them or telling them not to call you for some reason. I mean, I don't know why. Or if there's just something that they have to really take care of first. There's other things, in their life, in their world, that's kind of blocking them right now or causing some more immediate concern. The moon and the whip, though, kind of indicates to me that, see, this is kind of positive too, though, in a way that if you really want to hear from them, I think it's possible. I think it's possible because some quick action could be received. Or again, see, this is what I'm saying. When I'm looking at this, I'm wondering, it could be that something just gets in the way. Something happens, something unexpected almost, because the whip is like a really fast action. And it can be aggressive, if you're hitting a horse with a whip or people are getting whipped, right? It can be really aggressive. But the idea behind it is it's a very fast, if not aggressive action. And since I don't see a lot of negativity here to indicate that, I'm going to guess that this is about speed and something may be inhibiting it, or there could be something that happens quickly that kind of interferes with their ability to get back in touch with you.
My overall feel is that it's more likely to happen if you're able to be the one initiating it, that there are maybe some reasons why they're not able to quite do it. So you may have more success if you're able to initiate this conversation.
So let's do...
I could just pull the bottom card, maybe. What do you think?
Is that what you want to do? Okay.
I just had a feel for it a few minutes ago.
Go ahead.
All right. And it's a major arcana. It says, good luck. Good luck. It's the Empress reversed. And that kind of adds to that idea that maybe, you have to be that person doing that. Maybe telling them you need to hear from them. The idea of maybe expressing some care one way or the other.
Well, I want to throw some of the information from the Empress reversed here. It's really interesting to me that you have both the Emperor and the Empress reversed.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And so I'm kind of feeling here with the Empress reversed, it's indicating that they're either, I don't want to say they're being lazy, but they may be just feeling they're unable to do it right now. There's just something else going on and interfering. I really kind of feeling that. So, but to me, it still leaves it kind of up in the air. When we do yes-no readings, even the ones that, there's one reading we do that's a little longer, and then there's this quick version that we do. But in each case, you don't always get a definite yes, and you don't always get a definite no. And that's what we're getting here again. It seems like, if fate intervenes, they may be able to contact you. But it sounds to me like something else is going on in their life right now that might interfere it. So it might be delayed this week.
All right.
I wish you luck with that. Hey, prove us wrong. Come back and prove us wrong, Raymond.
So yes, in a long ago age before people routinely, did the test for gender, I was right. Oftentimes about 80%, about 8 out of 10 times. I did it for some of my sibs, some of my friends, some of my cousins, because we were all about the same age and we were all having children in our families around the same time. And it was pretty cool. Some of my cousins still remember this, embarrassedly.
Well, didn't ask about gender, asked about how many.
I know, but we're
for
having
children.
our own conversation, and she said it was pretty cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Thanks for paying attention. All right, so it's your turn for Preeti.
All right, so Preeti is up. Hi, Preeti. Let's see what we've got here. Why did my screen go there? Jeez,
Who would know?
I know, it's crazy. And then I can't get to where I want to
General
be.
reading.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Going to use my Flower Child or Tarot.
Ooh, excuse me. I yawned there.
You did. Right. All right. Give me grief. All right. Whoa. We got the Wheel of Fortune upright.
I like it.
Uh-oh. Followed by another major arcana.
Ah, the Tower. I like the Peter
followed by
Maxey
the
look.
Five of Cups.
Oh. The Crossroads. What do you get when you cross the Wheel of Fortune with the Tower? But here's a little fox for you. Oh.
I don't know if this has to do with employment or not, Preeti, but I'm kind of feeling here, you know, the wheel is turning and it looks like some good luck that you feel something lucky that happens to you in some area of your life suddenly doesn't seem as lucky. I kind of am almost looking at this as kind of a progression here this time. I feel like maybe you feel like things are really going your way. And isn't that often the case with life? Whenever you get a little bit too comfortable and you feel everything is just going where you want it to go, wake up call hits, you know, something out of the blue happens that shakes you out of that comfort zone. And I sort of feel that way with the Tower here, that some, you know, whether it's a crisis or just some unexpected occurrence that comes up, it's going to leave you kind of feeling like, whoa, you know, what happened to all that good luck I was having, right? Now you feel like you've got to start over again. But the Tower is a good thing when it is upright in that, you know, this is the time then to find a way to make things better, to improve things, to either improve what you were working on or to abandon it completely and start something that has a better chance of succeeding. And I'm just going to go there. I'm not going to go to the Lenormand. The Five of Cups reversed indicates that, you know, you can dwell on what happened here and how disappointed you might be that something didn't turn out the way you had hoped it would, or you can look at those two cups that are standing and still remaining and take them and build something better off of that.
I wonder if this is a situation that has been going on for a little while. I sort of see a sign of that. Or if it's a situation that you thought maybe was handled, but it wasn't totally handled, and so it has unexpectedly shown up again, and you realize, of course, that it's going to make some changes that will make you question why it happened again, or if you rather needed to learn something that you didn't quite understand. Some of this may throw you into a sense of doubt or feeling like, boo, this didn't work out for me. So I get the feeling like this is something maybe that you thought was done but has somehow resurfaced, or it's a situation that recalls that to some degree. Regardless, it may have this feeling of putting you at the crossroads, like you really may need to move into a different direction, or you have to make a new consideration about this. And you're best served by really taking it slow and listening to some other people here, possibly, or getting more in touch with your memories about where you went wrong.
Well, I think the fox here is saying to be smart, be crafty about where you take things next, okay? Be smart, be wise, think this through. Don't react. You can act or react to situations. And when we react, oftentimes it's like a knee-jerk reaction where, we do things out of being upset. We're not thinking clearly. This is saying make smart moves as to where you're going to go next after this whole thing plays out. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
And we're on Alicia now?
Yes. I'm wondering if we're going to close the list soon, because we have about 10 left to take us through the hour.
Are we up to 17? I didn't think we got up to 17. I left it at 15. You added 2 people? Okay.
Yeah, and there are 10 left right now at 3 o'clock, so...
Well, I'd say we take 2 more.
Okay.
That's what our usual is, but on a day. But I know, we are getting a little close here. All right, Alicia's up, and let's see. What do you got? Checking in on what's next with work bids. Okay, what's next?
Right.
Your
How
deck.
do I want to do this? Let's see.
Yeah.
I guess I'll use my Midnight Boulevard
There
deck.
it is. I'm going to use my Golden Girls next. All right. There.
All right. Our first card is the upright 3 of Swords. Whoops. I can't quite get there. Lost my mouse. Help me. Grab my mouse.
All right, chill.
And the next card is the 2 of Pentacles reversed.
Not liking this.
Well, it's a little back and forth already.
How is
Something
it
to
back
celebrate. 3 of Cups, something to celebrate, right?
No, it's the 3 of Swords. Oh, it's 3 of Cups.
I said it was the 3 of Cups.
You said swords.
No, I
heard you.
didn't.
Yeah, you did. Okay. Never mind.
But here's the 3 of Swords.
What? Are you kidding?
No, why would I kid you?
I swear that's what he said.
It's upright.
So weird. All right. Wow. Well, this is really up and down then. Okay, there is some up, but there is some down. All right, let me get the Lenormand out here. Let's see what we have. All right. Okay, Mr. O. Guess who's back? Who's back?
Who's back? It's the Owls.
Hey, I like this in a way, though. All right. Okay, well, there may be a cause for celebration here. There may be either some ability to collaborate or, obviously this could be a client, business relationship as well. It just seems as though that, there's going to be a reason to celebrate and to maybe work with others, on something.
Are you, in fact, celebrating with somebody else's success? Is there a partnership that maybe spills over to you or vice versa? It does feel like it's a good occasion.
So in other words, it could be that work is coming, and that's a cause for celebration, or something like that. But we have the Two of Pentacles here. So reversed. And the Two of Pentacles reversed indicates something, just doesn't seem to be weighted right. Whether this has to do with what's expected of you versus what maybe they want to pay you, or vice versa here.
It feels like a concession being made, or a change in the plan somehow that, makes you feel you're at a slight disadvantage, if not more.
Yeah, it may in fact do that. Or if it's not you, maybe they are complaining that they feel they're at a disadvantage. But the Three of Swords here, see, I'm almost thinking it's you, because the Three of Swords is here upright, and that's indicating some, pretty heavy disappointment. That something didn't happen or come through the way you hoped it would.
Well, specifically, the Three of Swords can talk about things that maybe separate. And I know that you have a partnership going on there too, and or maybe other, partners. Is this saying that maybe the concession sort of takes somebody out of the equation, or says, well, we want those services, but we don't want those services? Is it something like that? Or is it something else going on in the overall gist of the business that maybe makes you feel something has to be removed somewhere?
I can't help but wonder if this is talking about more than one situation here.
Okay.
I'm wondering, because you did say bids, number one, and so I can't help but wonder if there's going to be something coming through that's a reason to celebrate, and something that's a big disappointment. It just seems like there's a mixed bag going on here.
Yes.
And when I see the Tower and I see the owls, this definitely indicates to me, you're going to be communicating business with people. There's going to be communications going on. So obviously you've been expecting to hear from one place. I don't know if you have yet. But the thing is, you're going to be hearing from people, absolutely, in regards to your business.
It's almost like one thing might be really good, another thing might not be really good.
Yeah, it just seems like it's going to be a mixed bag. But I really do feel this reason to celebrate is legitimate here. And maybe it's possible to me that this card is falling in line with that Three of Swords. So expect something to not turn out the way you had hoped, and then expect something else to come through that's going to make you pretty happy, I think, overall.
And I didn't weigh in on these Lenormands.
Yeah.
She's usually a lot better at it. Sometimes I come at it from a reverse angle. I mean, a lot of times the Tower talks about things that are, a business or a situation, an institution of some sort. They could talk about things that maybe you feel you sort of isolate yourself within that. It's a fortress of some sense. Do you feel maybe that some of your communication is guarded in certain respects, or that the communication going on between other entities has to be guarded? Because, of course, the owls are communication. And, the picture of the owl sort of presents sort of a slight reservation kind of feel too, like it's communication, but it's maybe a little bit more mysterious or more, under the radar in a way. So could this be indicating that you hear things, but not, once again, all of them are exactly what you'd like to hear?
Yeah, I like that. That's fine. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. And we're going to be working on your reading today.
Yeah, we're doing that later today, so you should probably get it later today, or at the latest sometime early tomorrow.
So we'll keep you posted. All
Thank
right.
you.
So let's move on to
You're welcome.
Libra. Libra is up. Thank you.
You are welcome.
And did Libra post, I think, up there?
Libra, I think, wanted a general.
Okay.
But let me look and see for you.
I'm heading up there. So far, the computer's cooperating. Me.
Was MJB my past life lover? Okay, that's interesting.
That's different.
Hey, it's Super Tarot Love Month, so we can do this.
MJB, my past life lover. Well, let's take a look. All right, I got the
All right.
The Golden Girls for this.
Well, I brought the Secret Tarot, and what else? something else I thought. Oh, the final rose.
The final rose. Ah. I think the Golden Girls might hang out in March. Why not? They're all women, and it's Women's Month. All right.
Yeah, we kind of like those ones. We get a little geeky about them. Like, oh, a past life thing, and I guess it involves other layers of our brain's intuition.
We are absolutely thinking of doing a past life show in the month of March. I'm gonna try to put my foot down and get it done. Absolutely.
We'll do the Ides of March.
Ooh, might be a different reading for that. Anyway. We got the Page of Pentacles reversed. That's really interesting. What? You guys were siblings. The Page of Swords reversed.
Oh my goodness.
And then the Magician upright. Wow, what the heck? It's really interesting.
And then, of course...
Yeah.
And those are the same.
Dang.
Despite the fact that I shuffled pretty well several times since the Child and the Star.
This is so weird, Libra. I mean, at first I thought, okay, maybe I should also add that maybe it could have been you were young lovers. You were in love when you were young.
You were Romeo and Juliet.
But I honestly feel here, no, that you might have been siblings. And I kind of feel that, you didn't always necessarily get along either. And I don't know, there might have been some difficulties with communicating with one another. In other words, some arguments or disagreements that could have to do with family, wealth, or money. I just have that feeling here.
Well,
inheritance issues.
There seems to be some kind of thing in the past that may not be what you thought, or maybe you just hadn't gotten around to telling us that other part. But I think that also the Child here and the sense of destiny by the Star sort of provides this idea that if you weren't actual siblings, you were children in this life where you really bonded or connected. So it could be either of those.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like there was some really karmic reason that this happened, that maybe there's even a past life before that sort of began the whole shebang. But I don't know. Something is karmic about this. Something seems magical or connective. Like maybe there were actual things in each other's personalities or lives that really drew you towards each other.
Well, I kind of feel like maybe this is something that drew you apart, this idea, with the inheritance a little bit. But I have to say that, when you see the Magician here in this equation, you two together could make magic happen, in a way that, when you guys were on the same page with one another, you really worked together very well. I have a feeling that what I'm talking about here happened later in your lives, and might have pulled you apart a little bit here. And maybe it is by some sort of magic or whatever that you two were destined to come back together again, in this life in some way. And I think here too that this just indicates that, this life probably had a big influence on why you know this person today, that you're in contact with this person today. You're playing out some kind of destiny or karma here.
I like that feel, and I think my own belief in past lives suggests that sometimes people are with us in a number of past lives. So this may just be one that we're seeing there, that there may be other ones where maybe the roles were different, but still there may have been a dynamic that was trying to achieve the same resonance between you. You may be playing out the same thing until it finally gets right, or this may be the ramifications of having gotten it right, and now, maybe your lessons with each other are different or not exactly the same.
Well, I gotta tell you, people who've never been to one of our past life readings,
Oh, we have fun.
they are crazy.
Crazy
We have a
and
couple
fun.
of decks that kind of guide us that are past life oriented. And I've got a new deck that I can't wait to try in one of these readings that will basically talk about some of the ramifications that that life may have had, may be having on your present life today. So as I'm looking forward to giving this a try and playing around with the number of decks we can use, archetype decks, past life decks, and the tarot. So it's going to be pretty interesting.
Alrighty.
All right. Wow, that's what we have for you, Libra. I really think I'm getting the karma from the star and destiny more than anything.
Yeah.
But I do feel here that you guys were really a team for most of your lives, but something pulled you apart later. Some arguments that to me related about money. It could have been maybe your parents had a favorite or somebody in the family did, and there was a little bit of jealousy and some things that may have pulled you apart later. So, all
Thanks.
right. But other
Thanks,
than that,
Jackie. That
that's
was
what we
really
have for
nice.
you.
Yeah. Some of them really have been so great. Thank you.
And one of our decks even has. Can you fix that? Because it's making
Sure.
me insane. Ugh. One of this light is flickering in here, and it's making me crazy.
Crazier.
Hey, one of these. I forgot what I was even going to say now. But at any rate. Oh yeah, one of the cards is about living on an alien planet. Because hey, who says your past life had to be here? You know, if you think about the universe and how vast it is, it could have been anywhere. Oops, I gotta do something about that. Undo. Okay. So the list is Garima's up. All right, there we go. Right. What will be next? I guess that one. Pull that out now. Okay. All right, so did they have a question? They probably did.
I'm looking for it. I don't see it.
Oh.
Hey, Karima, did you leave us a question? I'm going to look for it right now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
Well, we'll give them a moment, but we might have to shuffle them down to the list.
Yeah.
We are back Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's there on the screen. You can catch us then. And also, don't forget to watch my Goth Tarot Wednesdays at 8 a.m.
And next week, either on Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll pop up a lightning round. And when the lightning round pops up, we're just going to do a single card reading for people who show up. And it'll be very general. You could just say, make it a love reading, make it a general reading, make it a week ahead reading, something like that. Very simple. It's only one card. So it's meant to be very general. So we don't know when it'll be. It may be I'd say it's going to be a bit earlier in the day than what happened last time. We popped it up at 10 p.m. one night. So stay tuned.
I think we're going to move on from Garima.
Yep.
And we'll
so
go
it's
to Christine.
I'll put Garima at the end just in case. If they come back and leave a question. Maybe they just decided the list would be too long. I do not know.
And I'm looking at Christine's question. How will the upcoming in-school tournament go for me and for my son? So we will do 2 and 2 for that.
What? I need to see that.
Upcoming tournament for both her and her son.
Oh, for her and her son. Okay.
So that's a 2 and 2.
That's why. We were going to do that last time. Upcoming
Right.
in-school
And I
tournament go for
remembered
me
it this
and for my
time.
son. So we will do 2 and 2. You'll be first and then your son. So we'll see what we get.
And I'm going to use my Tarot of Transition.
Didn't you? Oh, no, you're right. It is yours. Okay.
Don't even bother trying.
Wow. Make it good, Mr. O. No reversals. All right. Well, we're going to actually, after tomorrow, or is it tomorrow? Might even be tomorrow. We're going to have 3 days in a row in the 40s, temperature-wise. Woohoo! So excited. And it looks like it's going to drop no lower than the 30s, so at least for the 7 days ahead. So that's hopeful.
All right,
The
so the
spring
first
is
column
coming.
is for Christine.
I wish I could have finished that
The
statement.
second is for their son.
That's great. Now why don't you tell me what they are?
All right, so the first one is the King of Cups, and then also the universe or world upright.
All right, don't go there. We deal with these one at a time. That's what we usually do. All right, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. All right, so for Christine's, wow, so typical. There you are. Wow, I like this.
And the Rider.
Except let's take a look at these cards again. So we have the King of Cups and we
The World.
have the Universe. My goodness, I think it's going to go really well for you.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have a very strong finish to this tournament. I'm not going to say that maybe you're going to end up on top, but you are going to be incredibly happy with your performance. And, you know, it almost feels like it's taking you places. You're going places because of how well you do. I think this is positive.
It's almost like another level can happen because, you know, the universe can end some things, but it can also start new things. So it may be talking about a new cycle starting after this with, you know, your success helping lead the way.
The King of Cups kind of says to me that, you know, you're going to be able to outmaneuver the competition because you'll instinctively know what you need to do to make that happen. It's almost like your intuition kicks in and, you know, you're just able to be in tune and in sync with what you need to do.
Well, the King of Cups also talks about very benevolent personalities. This could be, say, the judging panel or the people who you work with also
like that.
really seem to like you a lot. But I think that's a secondary reason. This is more about just you and how you're placing there.
Right, and geez, that just looks really, really
Nice.
positive to
Very
me
nice.
with the world. It just seems like it's a successful conclusion. You know, usually when you get the world upright, it might say though, you might notice some things though by the end that maybe you think I can work on, and improve a little bit, because sometimes the world is saying, hey, you are near the finish line. You're not totally there yet. So in other words, that you can still even perform better. You can still outperform whatever you're going to do at this tournament. I like it. All right. So the other ones are?
The Ace of Wands and the King of Coins.
Upright? Both
Yeah,
of
they're
them.
both upright.
Wow. The Ace of Wands upright and the King of Coins. Okay. And we have?
The Letter. And the Book. This is very interesting.
It is.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can go ahead first.
Okay,
Sure.
so I feel like with your son, there's definitely a level of success going on here too, but it's also like it's opening up another opportunity. And once again, although yours sort of suggests that maybe it's putting you towards, some other, competition or some other goal. With his, I sort of think like it might be something different. It feels like it's an invitation somewhere else maybe, or to learn something. So I don't know if there's like a scholarship of some sort resulting from this, or some sort of opportunity to learn more or to train more, to study more.
Well, there you go. Because, when I look at that King of Coins, I think it ties right into the letter and the book. And I think here that somebody may want to give them, your son some private training or recommend additional training or something like that. What happened there?
Hi, Russ. I don't know what happened. What did you think happened?
My screen just kind of went.
Well, it's because
haywire.
our mouse is, I've been trying to get my mouse, and so maybe my mouse affected yours.
Okay.
Do you want to help me out, though?
What?
With the mouses?
Oh, I wish you would wait. This is like the second interruption I've had this reading. All right, I'm going to need a minute, and then I'll get back to that reading. I'm going to add Russ to the list, and only one more person if they come in. We're at 18 now. Okay. All right, let me get back to this and try to get through it. I think with the King of Wands, or King of Pentacles, like I said, I think that somebody might want to take them under his wing and give them some additional training or some suggestions for more training. I think that this tournament is going to open doors for your son. I think that, with the Ace of Wands here, this could be the beginning of future growth and learning. I think they're going to learn a lot from the tournament, and it looks like they're going to be doing very well. Whether they're going to win, you seem a little bit more standout, I think, than your son, but I think this is going to go very well for them, and this could be the beginning of, maybe something new and growthful happening for your son based on his performance in this tournament.
And that's pretty much what I said, too.
That's right. That's what I said, and there you have it. That's what I said when I started, because you set the tone. But I saw it when I saw that King of Coins. Both of you should have a great tournament, and I can't wait to hear. So good luck with that, Christine.
Good luck.
Oh, well, we just did your reading, so I hope you caught it. And if not, just wiggle back, and it's right there. All right. We are on... Whoops, I have Christine still on the list. We're on Kara. How did... I know why. All right. There we go. Oracle cards, top and bottom, please. All right. Let's see. I have...
It's not Garcia, it's Garima.
Oh, how did that happen?
Spell check.
Doggone it. I'm sure I put that one in, too. Stupid spell check. All right. So Oracle cards, top and bottom. Let's see. I'm going to use... Let's use the Oracle of the Seven Energies today. Oh, man, I cannot stand spell check. I mean, it is bad. Yeah, where's Country? Country's gone. Hey, they'll be back. People come and go. We are used to that.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many people have come and gone.
And some just pop back in after long absences, which, hey, that's really great. We appreciate seeing them again. And still, we keep growing. All right. All right, well, let's take a look at this top card first. I believe there might be reversals for this deck. I want to be sure. No, there's not. But they may cover a reversal. We'll see. But anyway, you have, exposed and revealed. What number is that, Mr. O?
21.
Okay, thank you. The key concepts are healing shame, the imposter syndrome, letting go of self-condemnation, freedom from past unresolved wounds, focusing on self-worth, the underlying beauty in rejection. When you experience shame, you don't just feel you've done something wrong, you feel like you are wrong, fundamentally flawed. Know that life loves you and the universe doesn't make junk, only magic. However, many social interactions, especially online, are steeped in distorted, unhealthy ways of expressing pain by shaming. Here is the way out of this. See shame as the heart-wrenching cry for help that it is. Consider whether you could have been triggered in the outer world by unresolved issues that matched all your inner pain points. If someone is shaming you, perhaps you have triggered them. How miserable they must be to expend their energy on such toxicity. They are drinking poison, hoping you will get sick. You cannot love someone out of their shame. You can only show compassion for both them and yourself. Set a healthy boundary and refuse to fan the flames. Look upon shame as an opportunity for growth, evolution, healing, and freedom. With this in mind, can you let go of your attachment to control? Admit that this emotion isn't something that you have power over, and surrender to a higher power. This is a sacred quality to the vulnerability inherent in admitting you can't do this alone. When you allow yourself to be laid open in this way, you gain a beautiful new perspective. Then the healed shame has the infinite power of the divine to set you free. And so I just add before we pull the second card that, I feel the exact same way of what Colette says here about people out there who just got to fat shame or, whatever, try to shame people in some way, the work that they do out there and stuff like that. Hey, I'm all for constructive criticism. Feel free to offer me advice and suggestions. But if you're going to be out there to shame and say you're doing this wrong or, you take care of yourself, blah, 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 and they just want to bring you down, what kind of person does that make you look like you are? That you would spend your time and energy on that. And so, Kara, treat that the way it's meant to be treated. Not at all. I mean, if you want to, yes, you can feel sorry for them. I usually just don't even, respond, or I will mute them. I mean, I just let it go because it's not valid and it's not me, and they don't deserve, and we don't want to feed the trolls, right?
No.
Don't want to feed the trolls. Do you have anything to add before I get to this one?
Well, no, I don't know these cards at all. I mean, I just agree with whatever you said.
Well, shame and shaming.
You're shaming me.
Online. It says
Spirit
something.
of gratitude.
So what number is that? 40?
I don't know. You pulled it. 43.
I was close. All right. Spirit of gratitude. The prospering power of prayer. Communion with the divine. Expressing deep gratitude as you move through the world, knowing that your prayers will be answered exactly as they are meant to be. In prayer, we connect directly to our higher power. It is a way for us to be in communion with the divine, a reminder that our lives are sacred conversation that we are continuously engaged in. Prayer let us know that we are not alone. A power greater than us acts on our behalf and is activated through us, suffusing our hearts and mind with a faith that is life-affirming, loving, and compassionate. When we pray, we acknowledge that we are only part of the equation of life, that a spiritual aspect is always in operation. We engage in humility, knowing we are co-creative partnership and have so much to be grateful for. Expressing gratitude and asking to be of service is the most powerful, prospering prayer of all. When you focus your attention on appreciation for even the smallest aspects of your life, what you have already experienced, it's like waving a magic wand. Everything you need comes to you without effort. Obstacles fall away, and your purpose becomes even clearer. The kind of prayer that will prosper you and others today is one of deep, abiding gratitude. You become a magnet for miracles when you are grateful and ask for a channel for divine purpose, divine abundance, love, and compassion. The power of Source is within you. Now's the time to awaken it. So in other words, I think here, when these kind of things happen to you, this kind of shaming, send it up to the divine. Pray it off. Pray it off. Just, let the divine disperse that energy and say your prayers to divine. Be grateful for who you are. Be grateful for who you know you are.
Well, I was going to say that too, but the Lenormand says the same thing. It says the ring and the sun. So commit yourself to being a bright, shiny star rather than a dark cloud.
Right. Commit yourself to not allowing others to dampen your light. Now these naysayers and these people out there, and my advice, don't feed the trolls. They want to see you react angrily to what they say. Don't give them that, Their job will be done then if you do that. Mute them, block them if you want, but let it go at that. Because you know what? They feed off of your anger or your sadness or your disappointment. So don't give them that. And let the divine take care of it for you. Good luck with that. All right.
You're welcome.
And Mr. Rivera's up. And you know what? If they want an oracle, you said you brought some?
Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me.
Well, I don't know if they said they wanted an oracle, so we'll see.
I think that's what Angel usually gets.
Yes, that is good. Okay. So, do you want to do one of yours? And then
Sure.
I can say I don't know those cards too?
But you do, because although it's called an oracle, they are actually a tarot.
I don't
They're
know
just
them.
a little bit more.
I don't know them. But you know what? I will always try. All right.
You are trying indeed.
And guess who's arrived? It's Shadow.
Hi, Shadow.
Shadow has come out of the shadows. Come here, girl. Come on.
So I'm using the Thoth Journey, the Oracle Change. It says it's inspired by Crowley's Thoth, but it's really so much more New Age than that.
Put the camera
It doesn't
on
really-
Shadow, please.
No.
Yes. Shadow is here. Hi, Shadow. Aw. Come back. You're so sweet. You know you are. But I don't trust those claws of yours. Oh, no. Sonny's more gentle with me. Yeah. You are a little purr box today. Off my computer with that bushy tail. Shedding
So
your
like I
fur.
said, it's not really like the real tarot at all. For example,
Right.
this is Strength, XI, Woman in Lion, but it says Lust.
Lust?
That's what it says.
Well,
You don't know these though. So
I don't.
Be fearless in the face of adversity, proud of who you are and what you stand for, and do not forget the path of your heart. Trying to change yourself in order to win love or to please others is damaging and fruitless, resulting in wounds that can fester, poisoning your whole being. Allow the passion of your heart to flow fierce and true in whatever medium it needs, and offer your creativity and wisdom up for the entire world to see. And so I think it envisions, what we all feel about strength, the power of the heart, and puts it into more of a sense of manifestation through what we strongly desire and what we can apply those feelings of, our interconnectedness to others on all those levels.
I think a good message, and a good part of that message for me was, don't try to please everybody. It's not possible, right? And
you're letting me off the hook? I don't have to constantly try and please you anymore?
And the first and foremost thing about it is that, you should please yourself first. Please yourself first.
All right. Did you have a Lenormand for those?
I sure do. Maybe you can come up with something out of that.
I like what Angel says.
Oh my gosh. This is wild.
The owls again in the letter.
Well, it's all about communicating. It's all about how you communicate. And I think here, that don't promise more than you can deliver. Don't try to cave to people's demands, too easily. I think here, there's something, I don't know, there's some communication coming down that, you're going to feel like maybe you have to, that you have to please everybody, even though it might be a little bit more, how should I say, than you bargained for. And so I would say, set up some boundaries and make sure that, you're not doing more than you are capable.
In order to feel like there's a free interchange there of communication, thank you.
Sorry.
You have to be willing, to be open to others. And maybe that's what this card is about too. The Lust card in relationship to the others is more than wearing your heart on your sleeve.
Shadow's been playing here. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. Thank you. And we have Nada's up. Let me update. And it's 3:38 now, and I think we're just going to say that everybody on the list gets a reading, but otherwise the list is closed. All right, so let's see. Did Nana post a question?
News on their health.
Oh, news on their health. Okay, thank you. Did I pull a deck out? Or is it your deck?
I use the oracle for him.
Okay, then I will get the banned book deck. Don't you scratch my arm for shuffling. Aw. Right. room. All right. Okay. Did I forget? We have the Queen of Words, which I believe is the Queen of Wands, upright. And we have the Knight of Wands upright. And we have the Four of Pens reversed, which I believe is the Swords. Uh-oh. Well, I don't have my box handy. That's bad. Why don't you grab the Lenormand?
Bouquet, clouds.
The bouquet and the clouds. Okay. Oh, silly me. Sorry. My book is right here. So, okay, the wands, the words, inkwells, pens, and paper. Okay. So that doesn't tell me anything. I'm sorry. I had this memorized before. So now it's my turn to dig through my deck and figure out what's what. And I can't really tell. So let's just see. I'll know in a minute. Hold on. Let me go to the Queen of Words. Yeah, they're wands. Okay. Okay, so the Queen of Wands indicates to me that, wow, it's almost as if I think your health, if you have not been in good health, your health is going to improve. I think here that the Queen of Wands indicates that you will be feeling a lot more energy than you've had in a while, and that, you know, you will continue to get on track.
Right, the Queen of Wands has, or Words Wands, has a very kind of vivacious feel about it. It sort of feels like you're also being very brave about whatever conditions you're going through and keeping yourself as positively focused. Maybe you're thinking about what collaborations would help you if appropriate. So that could be collaborations with your health team, but also other people in your environment that could support you.
And I just wanted to add that the pens are swords, so and that's reversed four swords.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
So that's really interesting to me that you have the Four of Swords reversed too, because I see a lot of your energy returning in this card, and I feel it here too. There's a recovery taking place.
That speaks more directly to the idea of somebody recovering after a period of being out of the action.
The Knight of Words, which is also like the Knight of Wands reversed, indicates that there seems to be something going on here. You know, some movement towards better health. Whether this means that... Come here, Shadow. Go see Alan. Go see him. Go on. Here, take this. That'll do it.
Could you go on with the reading?
Yes. The Knight of Wands indicates that, you know, you will be, that something is moving. Something is moving towards your better health. So does that mean that you are getting the physical therapy or the care that you need? You're on a routine, you're on a plan, and this is going to drive your recovery. This is going to drive your recovery. There. Right.
The Knight of Wands is questing. All the knights sort of have a sense of movement and questing. The Knight of Wands quests towards something very organic, a growing thing. So this could definitely include the idea of, you know, seeking answers or seeking, you know, the right protocols to undertake. So combined with the Four Swords, I think Banshee has it exactly right. This is about the idea that if there are still lingering situations, you are very free, poised
Yes.
to move directly towards that. And so we look at the Lenormand and we see the clouds in the bouquet, and it's a little mixed there. You know, maybe saying that, you know, the news you receive or the feeling of what your status quo is, you know, your current situation, you do feel at times it's mixed. Like you maybe have a sense that, you know, it can get better, but you're not necessarily taking it for granted that you will. You have a guarded opinion.
You may be, you know, with the Lenormand, yeah, I like that, Mr. O. I think here you're concerned because there may be some uncertainty. And I just want you to know that, you know, it seems as though joy will return. Some sense of stability, you know, and happiness will return in your life, even though things right now may seem a bit uncertain. I hope that makes sense for you. But that's what we're seeing right now. I feel that if things have not been good, you know, there will be improvement. And if things are good right now and you're just checking in, consider that, you know, your energy levels, everything is going to be so much better, you know, in the months ahead. So good luck with that. Shadow's the playful one for us.
Performs on command.
Yeah.
All right, so we are on Ari, who has that interesting question about pregnancy.
What are we going to do with Ari? All right.
Yes, we love your questions.
Your deck, Mr. O.
All right. Now, of course, numerology tells us, not numerology, palmistry has an indication of how many children somebody might have, whether they're male or female, whether they fathered or mothered them. And it has something to do with this little band on your finger towards your little finger. If there are certain lines there, those lines may count towards how many children you have. But let's see what my cards say, Ari.
You're welcome, Nada.
You're welcome. So I'm going to use the Dark Angel Tarot.
Give me that. Oh, did I not post the list? It's Ari, of course. Let's get that.
Now, it's a very specific idea about,
kids.
you know, the amount. So we're going to have to kind of go with what it feels like here.
Well, I have an idea we
okay.
could try too, but you can go ahead with 3 cards. Let's do that. And maybe all of you pick something from the bottom, but let's take a look.
There you
first.
go.
Shadow. So silly.
And I asked the question is, how many children will Ari safely have? I asked it that way. All right, so our first card is the 6 of Swords, and it's upright.
Nice. Okay.
The second card is the Page of Pentacles, which is upright. And the third card is the Reversed Chariot, Major Arcana 7.
All right. Well, that's really interesting to me. Did you toss it off the table?
No, it's there.
Okay. So silly. She'll knock it off. Here.
Oh, thank you.
And
Lilies. And birds. Well, wait a minute. I thought you said the owls were the birds.
they are. I guess I have 2 birds in there. 2 birds are better than 1. The owls are the birds.
Ooh.
You'll look at the numbers being the same. Ooh.
So you leave them both in there?
I have.
That's kind of cheating in a way.
No, it's not.
I think it is.
Nah. All right. So that's what I have.
Nobody wants to have 8 children anymore, Ari. Please.
Oh, he's so wrong. There are people like that. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. But at any rate, I will just say this from what I'm seeing here, and we may try to do something else. What is that first card? Your cards are not clear to me.
It's the Six of Swords.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Six of Swords upright. So I think here that this journey you're on to have children, you want it to be one that's peaceful, tranquil, and something that will go well. I think it will be good for you. I mean, I do think that you will have pretty much problem-free pregnancies. Let's just put it that way, because I do feel that kind of indicates that.
I feel that way too, but I also feel too that may say that there's a journey towards that, and that could involve health things, or just maybe, a journey of, healthful living in order to be the best, childbearing person. Let's
take this one card at a time. And I would also say that, you gotta be in the right frame of mind. It almost seems as though to me, though, that this journey of motherhood is going to do a lot to make you feel more calm. And I'm not sure if that's going to hold true once they hit toddler stage, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
3 sets of twins.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't do it that way. All right. So that one again.
Oh, that's the Page of Pentacles.
The Page of Pentacles. That made me believe...
Can you address that? It's Garima.
Hi. Oh, Garima? Yeah, you missed your turn. We put you at the end of the list, Garima, so please type your question if you want a reading today, because now the list is closed. So please type your question in, and we'll be sure to get you. You see you're on the list, maybe. Did I post the list?
Right, second from last.
Yeah, you're second from last. All right, so... I lost my thought. Yes, the Page of Pentacles. To me, that made me also seem that you probably will have few problems with your fertility. I just feel that way, that it won't be a problem getting pregnant, number one. So I think your fertility is up for the challenge of 8, but whether you'll get 8, we'll try to cross that bridge later.
Okay, so the final card?
I didn't do that one. I just did this. You did that one?
Oh, okay. So to me... that talks more maybe about just your general feel. I mean, the page could be the indication of the birth of a child, I suppose, to some degree. That's more likely to be aces. But maybe this suggests, too, that, you'll want to have a really knowledge-based look into the best way to have this. This page is sort of scholarly. This page wants to find out everything. And so maybe in terms of being a good mother, being a nurturing mother, being, doing the best things for pregnancies, this may represent the idea of you taking those steps to investigate all that, to learn that.
And finally, the last card is what gives me pause, but it makes me think, Ari, at some point, you're going to want to stop this journey. So is it going to, when you hit the magic number of 8, or will you decide before you hit that number of 8 that that's what you can handle? I almost think here that this is you putting a stop to the journey of having more children at some point.
So that almost suggests that we feel, or this one feels, that you are probably very fertile.
I think I see that here, that everything should go well. And also, when you look at the Lenormand, which we haven't touched yet, I think maybe. But at any rate, that's sort of what I got with the Chariot. The Chariot puts a stop on things. I'm not sure it's saying infertility, because really, I'm not seeing it with either of these.
Well, it could be just about your determination to say you've had enough children.
Yeah.
I think that's what Banshee's saying.
Yeah. And the birds and the lilies could indicate to me that that I think you will also find this out. You know, maybe communicating with doctors or whatever, that you will have no problem, you know, getting pregnant and having more pregnancies throughout your fertile years. Let's put it that way.
And right now you're talking about, you know, how your body may change and how your appearance may change. And I think this is saying, these cards is saying, but your feelings about that may change too. After you've had a few children, you may not be as concerned about, you know, what you look like personally. And I'm not saying you're letting yourself go to pot, but it's really more about saying you're comfortable with yourself as a mature childbearing woman.
I like that. That's very nice. So pick the bottom card for me and let me see it, please.
Do I have to tell you what it is?
Yeah, you should, because I don't know that deck.
It's the reversed Temperance.
Temperance is number 14, right? Wow.
Yes.
You could maybe have 7. No, not 7. I'm sorry.
14 and a half
5.
is 7.
You could have 5. I'm doing the numerology and bringing it down. So
14, she's reduced it to 5. You're going to have 5. All right, now look at your right hand, and right at the bottom, at the base of your little finger, and then to that next bigger line going across, there should be right on the side lines there. Depending on how many lines there are, palmistologists say that represents the number of children you have or will conceive.
Airy. Is it ever enough for an Aries? Is anything ever enough for an Aries?
And you know, you're saying what you want, but what if you're with a person who doesn't want to have that many children or doesn't feel that they're capable of supporting that many children? You have to be able to punt.
It's a good point, you know. You know, we have a lot of instances. We used to live next to somebody who...
You Italians.
I have to say... We live, and he talks about maybe in this day and age not having children, but in the past, when we lived in Hamtramck, we were by somebody who had, 10, 12?
Wait a minute. Talk about your mom's generation.
And
your mother's generation.
No, it's not my mother's generation.
She had how many siblings?
Yeah, my mother came from a family of 12, it's true. But he's forgetting... the people we were surrounded by who had...
I'm just going to the source.
10 on one side and 6 on the other side of us. And just let me tell you, having 16 children running around on our lawn and getting in our yard and messing with our dog and stuff, that was no fun. So if you're going to have that many kids, Ari, you better as heck keep them in line. That's all I got to say. Because, man, that was I think one of the families was much more responsible than the other, but still, it's really hard to manage. It really is.
Well, one of my favorite philosophers, Gore Vidal, says something to the effect of, America doesn't need more children, America needs more adults.
That's a good point.
But go with the flow.
Hey, you do you, you know.
You do you.
But good luck, and I can guarantee maybe 5. But, so, you know, prove us wrong. Someday come back if we're still here.
Well, you don't want to have for like 5 or 6, 7 years, so we're going to have to wait a while to see how this works out for you.
I don't know where I'll be at that point, but we'll see.
No, that's okay. You know we love you, and we're just having fun here. So, good luck really.
That. All right.
I just think everything I know about you says you would be a good mom. So,
yeah,
go for it. How many children do you have?
An invisible friend. All right. So Marita is up, and they posted a question. I believe.
Saw that. What's coming up for me in the week ahead? Alrighty.
And we are now officially going into overtime with our last few
That's
readings.
Wonderful.
All right. So what was that question again?
What's coming for me in the week ahead?
Okay. Very good. It's my deck this time, dear. Yes,
you're right.
It is.
Ah, you're so petty. Mine. I get sick of it.
He would steal the whole show.
Yeah, our son's in his 40s already.
Ah.
That's kind of 2 questions, but we'll see what we can do there.
Well, you have. Oh my gosh, that is definitely
Another question.
And I think if I do that and pick one card, we should pull it. I should shuffle again and pull it from the bottom.
That's okay, as long as you're willing to come back and see, it later after it records.
Yeah. Well, either way, we'll do it for you.
I get it, of course.
I bet you were. All right.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, isn't this an irony of ironies? We got Temperance again.
Temperance again.
And we got the Five of Wands reversed.
Excuse me, Five of
Kinda
Wands.
like this. And the Page of Wands is reversed too. That's kind of
Well, Marita, it almost seems like you're going back and forth with people who have varying emotions. They're more straight, more competitive. Maybe you're the person trying to bring peace to the situation.
Well, I'm looking at that Five of Wands a little bit differently, but I like that. What do you got there? Let's see what we've got.
Indeed, I have a scythe.
Uh-oh.
And a stork. Well, stork influences the scythe, so maybe there's some wiggle room there.
I don't know. All right, the Temperance is about balance and everything seeming to be harmonious in this week ahead. There's calmness, there's collective energy, there's a sense of peace that you are now experiencing this week. And it could be because maybe competition is easing. You feel less pressure from others. Maybe you feel as though you've risen above others in some way and are feeling a little less pressured by anybody who could get in your way of achieving what you want in this week ahead. Now, with that being said, the Page of Wands indicates to me that if this is if you were hoping to start something this week or get some answers, some messages this week, it might be a little bit delayed. The Page of Wands is often about a delay, an accompanying disappointment with that, just you feel bad you didn't get the message you were hoping to hear. I'll stop there before I go to the Lenormand.
All right. Did I do any of them?
No.
Okay.
You talked a little bit.
I did sort of a mini overview.
Yeah.
To me, when I see the Five of Wands, I sort of feel like things are maybe getting a little bit, there could be a nuance there. I mean, the idea that maybe things are being a little bit more embattled or a little bit more energetic, but at the same time, there may be a motivational pull back from that, like it doesn't really matter and you'll just kind of go with the flow. It sort of is a more depressing way of looking at Temperance when you sort of feel like the odds could be against you, so maybe you're just going to sort of duck and cover. And so that's the feel like that. This kind of week sort of feels like to some degree you may want to keep your head low, but other times you maybe want to demonstrate a sense of peace that you have here. Maybe you're feeling that things are going to move in your direction or be calmer, but it's better to ignore fights or situations that you don't need to put your 2 cents in, so that if there are other people around you that are trying to draw you into their dramas, you want to say no, really. And
if this is about your job interview, I think that, this could be, like I said, maybe things are going to ease up a little bit for you.
That's a good way of looking at it. Yeah. The Page of Wands to me maybe is suggesting that there's a delay for you finding out if somebody's going to get back to you. And so you want to try to maintain those cool-headed vibes, from Temperance and feel like maybe it is just, going to take a little more time. A rule of thumb is that these days employment reemployment does seem to take considerably longer than it should. It just seems to be the nature of the beast.
I agree. But I think here too, sometimes when you do an interview, you get the idea right away, not just that you nailed it, but that you really feel that, they're going to hire you. But I have a feeling here you might walk away from it not being really sure, which is why Temperance is here. Temperance might be telling you, stay calm, relax, and don't get yourself upset until, you hear one way or another, right?
Was that the Lenormand?
No, that was I went back from here to here.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's my thought.
But with the Lenormand, what this is saying is that, some new beginning may allow you to cut ties with something else or to break out of something else. I feel here that maybe there's a new beginning coming, but you'll have to maybe make some changes. I don't know what this could mean. Does this mean you have to move for this job, or if it is the job, or does it mean that something else, you have to make a break from something in order to start a new beginning of some sort, whether it's a job or something else. I can't automatically assume that this is about the job, but I'll tell you what, it does seem like it could be.
In a way, it kind of fits, especially towards the end there, the idea that, you should, not pull yourself into that. This is like saying, really, maybe get away from that somehow. It may involve some other change besides moving. It might say something like that, you'll have to recreate yourself on some level for this kind of situation. So maybe that's a new look of some sort, or maybe that's, affecting a certain level of poise that they might want you to have. Something like that.
That's right. I remember you saying, I wasn't clear if you were supposed to hear from them on the 28th or if you were
coming up,
doing the interview on the 28th, but I remembered that date. So, gosh, I wish you luck. I think it looks promising. So, you know what? It wouldn't hurt. Might hurt. If it makes you too nervous to ask again the day before the interview, on Thursday, then don't do it, okay? Just take this and run with it. Just know that there's a possibility here that the competition you face for this job may not be as strong as you were worried about. And just remain calm and just do your best at this interview. And hopefully, even though there might be a delay, maybe there might be some good news.
Good luck, Marita.
So good luck with that. Sometimes when we ask too much, then we start getting a lot of mixed messages and it gets nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking, let's let this lie and see how it goes for you. And then after the interview, say next Sunday, if you want to find out, if you want to see how they felt about you, we could do that. So...
Oh.
Jamie's Cowboys is up.
No.
Oh, the children. That's right. Let me grab one real quick. We'll just do a real quick shuffle here. Maybe I'll just have you pull one out, Mr. O. Thank you. Ooh, that's scary. That's what I think I'm going to have happen here. So we'll blame Mr. O if anything goes wrong.
So this was about the number of children again,
yes,
right? Okay.
Right. So we're just going to have you grab one at random since we already picked up the cards, so... Her fertility. Oh, 3 children.
Wow. So naturally, what do I pull, Marita? But I pull the Empress, which is about fertility.
Fertility. So clearly...
And it's number 3. So we're going to say 3.
I'm thinking here you will not have a problem having children and that you may stop at 3. So it sounds like a good number to me.
That's pretty wild.
I think
Good
it's
luck.
a far more realistic number than 8, Ari.
I don't know why anyone would want to have 8 children.
Well, yeah, we had 1. Woo. Anyway.
All right, general reading for Jamie's Cowboys.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my Tarot of the Princesses. The Princesses.
All right, so general reading. Okay.
Oh, so you tricked us there, Marita.
You have 2 already, but not sure. Well, you might have a 3rd. You might.
Do not send child support bills to us.
That's right.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome.
All right, Jamie's Cowboys asks for a general reading. Here we go.
All right.
And it's the Queen of Cups reversed. It's the Two of Cups reversed. All reversed. I'm so sorry. And it's the Ace of Wands reversed. And so I almost feel like maybe if you had started a new friendship that you thought was casually maybe leading towards something deeper than friendship, that may not be in the cards. There could be delays towards that, or just it may not seem to be happening. It may be that this is a personality that you would end up not really feeling like you can trust them. I almost wonder if like this could be, just somebody that is not balanced either. Sometimes the Queen of Cups reverse could indicate a kind of personality that is emotionally not grounded enough. And so I could be seeing that this is about a relationship potential that you should maybe not put a lot of stock in. Now, if it applies to other things, it could be talking about things you really feel that you care about and things that have brought you a lot of happiness. And if this is something new, a new activity or hobby or pastime, and then maybe you feel like, it just somehow shifted, it's not really that pleasant at all.
So it's the Ace of Wands reversed, the Two of Cups reversed, and what?
The Queen of Cups.
The Queen of Cups reversed. Okay. There's this as well.
The House. And the Book.
Well, I'm kind of thinking here that something is bringing you down. Something is bringing you down. And it could have to do with a partnership, as he suggested, or a relationship. I don't know if I would take it from friends to something else. I think what I would say here is that, this could be at work, this could be with, your friends, or in your love life. It could be any of those scenarios where there's just some way that you are not clicking with someone. I mean, I suppose this could have happened already, but it looks like it's up and coming. It's general. It's affecting you in some way, and it's affecting your ability to really move something forward that you had hoped for. Maybe, too, that maybe somebody maybe you're losing contact. Well, that's the Ace of Wands. I think it's more about starting something, that you were hoping something you wanted to get off the ground, that maybe you were relying on help or support from others. It's just not happening. It's just not happening.
Well, Jamie's may have addressed that, actually, making new friends. That one friend is gone.
Ah.
And then you say court, so I'm not sure if that's referring to the court card.
Ah. Okay, it could be. And because I think you were talking about the person, something was not right with them, right?
Right, the Queen of Cups reversed.
The Queen of Cups reversed is somebody who could be very needy or very draining on you in some ways, So I feel if that, reflects that person, there's clearly been, there could be a rift here going on and nothing getting off the ground there at all. So like you said, you may have taken care of that already. I feel here that you have found out maybe through this situation, or you're going to find out that your comfort and security is really what's the most important factor here. Sometimes you got to do what you've got to do to protect your own, space and to protect your own sanity. If somebody is being like, I hate to use this term, but like a psychic vampire, somebody who's just draining you of your joy, is being too needy, then you got to protect your space, right? And I think this whole situation, maybe that's why it's coming up now if it's already happened. It's trying to let you know that you've taken away something really important from this. And that is that your comfort and your security is paramount here.
I like that, Banshee, and I think it kind of tells me why that Ace of Wands is there, because this is maybe saying you have to do things to sort of pull yourself away from this, or if it's a mutual group, don't be there constantly with everybody else just because you like everybody else. Maybe meter some amount of your attention somehow. And sometimes when you inherit somebody with other people, that situation does kind of like create a little fly in the ointment, like everybody gets along pretty good with everybody except for that one person, maybe.
Yeah.
Emotional vampire.
That's what we have for you. So it's interesting. It's bringing up something that likely happened. I almost feel that now, that you're saying that, because this makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, and those cups, that's emotional discurrent in a sense.
So good luck with that.
Good luck, Jamies. And thank you for all your support. I love your rah. It's great. Keep it coming.
Holly is up, and Holly left us a question, right? Because
Yes.
they may not be here. So let's see what we have.
General coming up for me when you get to me.
Okay.
Might not be here. All right. That's right, because you said you would come back.
So it's
So
my
that's
deck.
a general for Holly.
And I will choose. Let's see, I did that one.
And I know Jackie checked out on us. She said it was a 9 or later
okay.
there, so I get that. I wish it was 9 here. Oh, but I would still have to stay up.
I don't want it to be 9 here. Got a lot to do yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot better lately. Thank you. All right. Up there.
That's weird. Okay. Wow. Well, we have the Death card upright. Interesting. Another major arcana. We have the World card reversed. And we have the Knight of Pentacles upright.
Clouds. And the Anchor.
Well, this is a real interesting read. It may have to do with your work or
Location.
your financial affairs, I guess I wanted to say. There may be some there may be a shakeup. There may be some changes coming. And I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out with the World here reversed. There may be some changes coming or some changes necessary, because it seems as though you're not exactly where you think you should be, either financially or in a job or career right now. And I feel that, if you just make slow and steady steps forward, slow and steady progress to turning the situation around, you will get to where you want to be. But for now, you've got to figure out what it is you need to do to make things better for yourself here. Whether it's, looking for another job if this one's not paying you enough, or you're unhappy there, or you feel unfulfilled here, you feel like something is still lacking or missing. Or even with your, financial affairs, do you need to just really make some changes in how you're budgeting or saving for the future? There's something that you need to take care of here in order to get things moving in the right direction. And you may feel right now, a lot of people right now feel insecure, especially if you live in this country, with what's going on here. And they may feel like there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding where they're at right now. They may feel stable at the moment, but they're worried about the future.
So what strikes me is that when I look at the Death card and the Knight of Pentacles, it's like the same scene. A knight or a person or image on a horse that seems to be slowly moving or barely moving. And I feel these cards suggest that the need for change in your life has never been more important or concerning to you, and yet at the same time you realize that nothing seems to be moving it quickly. To some degree there may be a hint or an idea that you feel you need to be able to invest in these changes monetarily or with some sense of support, and that is not a big factor that is helping in your life right now due to whatever circumstances. You can't necessarily bring more monetary or financial resources to affect the change. And that middle card, the World Reverse, then suggests that despite this need for movement and this idea that, it's just not fast enough, something also you feel works against you, you feel is sort of holding you to something that you still haven't changed yet. And so it may be telling me, Holly, that you want to change something, but there's still something else that you need to work on before you can really embrace the new change. Maybe that's why the anchor's here. And the clouds maybe suggest to me that you're held back by not being able to appreciate a sense of where you want to go, that something's holding you back and you feel it limits the future you see for yourself, or it limits the changes you want to make. So some of this is very attitudinal, that you have to have things happen that maybe give you a little bit more hope, or you have to find those ways to feel you can affect changes.
Nice. Did you...
I covered the Lenormand.
Good. Okay. That's what we have for you. I hope that makes sense, and good luck with that.
All right.
And we're on Garima.
And I didn't mean that to sound so depressing. I sort of feel like change is coming, but you have to maybe somehow find a way to kickstart it a little bit.
Garima's question is about someone I like. Her name is Hannah. She reached out to her hoping for a fresh start. Or I reached out to her hoping for a fresh start. I'm sorry. Wondering how she feels about our connection, and is she open to developing this further? Okay.
All right. I did the last one, didn't I?
No, I did the Tarot Sutra.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that.
Do you want to use Final Rose or something for this lovely reading?
No, I have plenty of decks here.
Okay.
I just have to decide on the one I want. I'm going to use the Marvel Superhero Tarot deck.
So, reached out hoping for a fresh start, wondering how she feels about her connection. Okay, and developing this further. Right.
So it's the Queen of Wands reversed. and it's the Five of Coins reversed. And it's the Moon upright.
All right, here.
So I think there's something still to discover about this person, of course.
Hey, look at. Speaking of discovery.
The book.
Okay.
And there's those owls, number 12, the birds again. So I think there's something to discover. We have the moon over here, and that means that maybe there's something to be known, something that's not exactly known by you at this point. This person is seeking something. Hannah is seeking something too. Hannah is seeking their place of belonging, the Five of Coins reversed. They may feel, or in fact, they have come from some point where maybe they didn't feel cared for, or they didn't feel like people noticed them or liked them or recognized them. So I think Hannah is also seeking something, but at the same time, I sort of feel like there is something that Hannah hasn't mentioned yet. It may not be a deal breaker in terms of friendships or moving forward, but it maybe is something that they're not proud of, or maybe something that they feel a little bit shy or embarrassed about. Is it the Queen of Wands reversed, the idea that maybe they feel unlucky in love or unlucky in strong emotions, or that when they express strong emotions, they're not received properly, or somehow they may come across as being too overpowering or too much.
Well, I'm almost getting some mixed signals with the Queen of Wands here. I would say that. I kind of feel as though maybe Hannah is, it could be one or the other. Either she comes on too strong, or she's a little bit reserved. She's like really kind of scoping things out, in her own way from the background. In other words, she's quietly assessing the situation and maybe a little bit timid or shy about speaking about what she really feels. So that might tie into something that Mr. O said later in the reading. And what I want to add is, okay, with the Five of Pentacles here, coins, it's reversed. It could be saying that, yes, I feel like she's looking for either companionship or a sense of belonging somewhere. So I almost feel like, maybe so she's interested. I think she might be interested. And I think the moon is trying to tell me here that she feels a little bit uncertain. She might be a little bit worried that she needs to know more first. She really needs to feel more comfortable with you first and get to know you more. I think there's things that I'm looking at this a little bit the opposite as Mr. O did, in saying that I think she wants to really learn more about you.
I think you're right, because I think that's borne out by the book and the owls.
So I think here, you two just keep communicating, keep trying to get a little bit closer, and be open and honest with each other. Try to be learn more about each other. That's what I think is important right now, because we see this in a couple of places.
The book says she is interested in how you communicate with her. That's what I think. She will find out that you are interested in communicating with her, and that it will be a two-way street, and so it may build your friendship.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm feeling with that Queen of Wands here.
Well, like I said, maybe she's not sure how she wants to express that yet. She might need to have a little more time to feel, closer and connected.
But she shuts conversation down.
Well,
there may be some mixed loyalties she has right now. Is she with her husband again? If she's not, she still may have feelings that are unresolved. So, it may be a matter of that. I would just say, just try to keep at it. My personal feeling is, if you keep getting shut down, that's your signal here to back off for a while and let her make the next move. And if she doesn't, that may just say a lot that her intentions aren't maybe to go deeper with this relationship.
The ex was a boyfriend.
Ah, okay. Got
Okay.
it. Okay.
And I think overall she needs time to get more comfortable, and that's on you then to decide how much you want to invest in that.
Yeah.
So don't necessarily refute other possible friendships or close situations, but give her time and maybe it'll work out.
So good luck with that. All right.
All right, so good luck,
Glad we were
Karina.
able to read for you. Sorry we had to move you down the list, but we had a big list today. We had to just keep rolling.
And we seem to always have a big list that takes us well into overtime.
Not
You're
on
welcome.
Thursday we didn't, really.
Well, let's see. Of course.
All right.
Angel Rivera. Oh my, you are still here.
I don't see what you see, but okay.
Because you don't see a lot of things in the chat that I have to keep watching for, so I can bring that up,
You know I have a delay, right? You do know that. Okay. You do know that.
You don't have that much
And
of a delay in the
I still
chat.
don't see it. So I have no idea. There it is. Oh my, you are still here. That's way up there. I thought it
No,
was
that
something
was only around the
just
time we
posted.
started with Garima, because that's where it's at.
Got it, Angel. Sorry, Mr. O's being snipey with me. He's still
Right,
mad
and
about
I saw when you said that too, but she probably
He's
didn't.
still mad about the Oracle situation, but at any rate, let's move on. Your deck or mine? My deck. Russ has a good question here for Sarah. I like that. Do it again. Sounds like your stomach.
Yeah, I'm starving here too.
I'm going to have some.
You're the fart. Because you always talk about him.
I'm going to have some salted caramel dessert hummus after this is over.
I'm going to have reservations.
Maybe I'm going to have leftovers from reservations. Maybe if you had saved some of yours. All right, let's see what's going on here. So, will she see her son in the near future? She's nervous about driving cross-country alone. Well, I can't blame her. All right. Well, we got the Two of Wands, which is focus in this deck.
Oh, woman.
We have Strength, which is compassion.
Love the alligator. Spoil
And-
the alligator.
We have the Wheel of Fortune.
Nice.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but
You're
does
wrong.
the Wheel...
How's that?
I'm always wrong. Does the Wheel of Fortune also have some travel associations? I think it does sometimes.
There's
doesn't
movement,
it?
obviously.
Because there
but-
is movement.
Okay.
Okay, go
Well,
ahead. What do you
okay,
got?
here we go. The snake
Oh, he had
and
to do
the
that.
tower.
What? Well, okay, that might be interesting. I don't know. Before he did that, I thought all systems were go here. And the reason is because of the Two of Wands upright. Two of Wands upright indicates to me that, there could be travel ahead. Sometimes this card is indicative of a wanderlust, a desire for somebody to travel. Is that Sarah, or is that her son wanting to come out and see her? It could be either.
That two of wands is about that. The idea that maybe where you're at right now was great, but now you sort of feel there's something else you can still do. Travel or something.
Right, and you know what? Sometimes what this card indicates too is She may have reservations about traveling alone, but sometimes, Sarah, you got to step out of your comfort zone and do something that's challenging to you. It might turn out really well for you to do this, or, maybe something will work out with your son where you could get them to travel here.
But when I look at that, I think that's more likely Sarah saying, I love Scotty so much, I need to do that. I need to push myself there. And of course, the next card is the Wheel of Fortune change. And so it's saying this is movement. This is like moving into the best direction possible.
And so what I'm thinking here, one way or another, whether Sarah decides to do this or gets her son to visit her, the wheel is indicating luck is on the side of this.
Yes.
That it's probably going to happen one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
The only question I have here, of course, is that Lenormand. And I feel here that maybe somebody who might be trying to get time off of work or an obligation may have some problem doing so. Maybe they feel they have the go-ahead to move on this, but that snake is here indicating that they were deceived in thinking they're going to be able to do it. So there might be some challenges relating to somebody being able to pull themselves away from their work in order to do so.
These cards suggest thought and intention, and these suggest more practical possibilities. And I think I agree with Banshee here. The idea maybe that there are limitations or expectations based upon, something institutional where you work at, or the situation. Maybe this is just not necessarily a good time for Sarah or Scotty to actually put one foot in front of the other.
But I have a feeling that the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune is like, obviously, also like the clover in the Lenormand. Fate could intervene here.
True.
And it's possible that this will be just a minor inconvenience and that things will follow through ultimately. So there could be a delay, but I can see it happening. I wish Sarah luck with that.
Alrighty then.
And that's it. We're done.
That's
Mr. O can eat to his heart's content now.
I can beat to my heart's content?
No, I said eat. Okay, everybody, you heard it. So if anything happens to me, Just kidding. Just kidding. Did you shut the mic on me? He did. Did you?
Why would I do such a thing?
You're
welcome, Russ.
Anyway, you're welcome, Russ. All right, that's our show. I want to thank everybody for some interesting questions, and we enjoyed reading for you as always. So do join us again. Don't forget, Tuesday or Wednesday, you never know when lightning's going to strike. Except we can kind of tell you it's going to be either Tuesday or Wednesday.
'Cause lightning's striking again and again and again.
And as a final reminder, our Sunday show next week will be 1 hour early. It'll be from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right?
1 to 3.
Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Very welcome, Holly. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.